Alrighty, back out here in the old happy place. The poor GT3 got a workout a week ago. So now I'm finally getting it cleaned up after the Smokies trip. So it's Monday morning. I figured I'd do a good old-fashioned wash and chat. Update you on what's going on and what's not going on. I guess what I should do is close the door so you don't have to hear the fans going. So I tell you what, man. It's been a long road the last couple of years with my transition out of wealth management. And I talked about my issues with driving and things like that. And so I finally got back in to see a really high quality psychiatrist and did some serious therapy. Actually, I have an ART therapy appointment tonight or today. But boy, it felt good to get up in the mountains and drive. It's like my reset. It helps me reset my mind, and then I'm able to drive around here with no issues. So if you're not familiar, I suffer from something called vasovagal syncope, which means I pass out. When I go, there's a trigger that makes me pass out. My trigger is the doctor. And the last few years, my trigger has been anything. And so I'm worried about being worried, basically. And so I found a psychiatrist that's helped me get back to neutral. And boy, I feel great. The only problem is I'm taking something called fluvoxamine, Luvox for short. Combined with the fact that I've had my front tooth removed. That's been part of the angst, part of the issue. And so I've gotten in this funk where I take a gosh darn 3-hour nap every day. It feels wonderful. And so that's been my current funk. So I went from completely wound up to completely wound down. And so now I need to find balance. Good old obsessive compulsive disorder. That's the curse, is that I tend to be all or nothing. Yeah, so now I've headed toward the super chill. So chill that I don't really even care to go to the gym. So now I need to get amped up again and find that kind of middle ground. Gosh, BrakeBuster's so good, man. Does such a great job. It's definitely my new wheel cleaner. I got to get this up in the store here soon. I've been testing it for a while now. Of course, we really don't need brake cleaner or not brake cleaner, wheel cleaner here in this area because we have carbon ceramics, but I do like to keep the wheels clean, keep the tires clean. You can use BrakeBusters on the wheels, the rotors, the tires, everything. And even on the GT3, I like to have some lubrication when I'm doing a cleanup like this. 3 out of 4 times with the car, I'll just foam it with soap and call it a day. So let's keep working through here. All right, lens got a little fuzzy there for a minute. It's so humid out here, I got fog on the lens. I think I got some changes coming to some of my packages. I've been playing with some different products for a little while now. The BrakeBuster has a rust inhibitor, which helps with the with rotors getting jacked up from rust. So I found a combination of using BrakeBuster, Hyde Serum Rust Stopper, and then a back and forth motion on like my Brembos or cars that don't have carbon ceramics like this one has made a big difference. And we'll use Hyperwash today. I've been testing out Meguiar's Hyperwash as well. So, and then I've been using this BrakeBuster on the tires to kind of see how that does. And I found it to work really well. So we may be able to eliminate a product in the arsenal. But that's how it goes. Keep trial and erroring. Brand new wash mitt. The other one lasted about, I usually get about 6 months out of them, and then they just kind of it gets a little ratty, a little beat up. I don't wash these in the washer. They don't do very well doing that. I found the best thing to do is to just rinse it off here and just let it sit in the bucket. Rinse it off before every use, and that's sufficient to keep it looking, or keep it working well. Because I have tried washing and drying them, and that doesn't work. The lambskin doesn't, it separates from the skin, if that's a real skin, I'm not sure. So, Brake Buster doesn't have sodium thioglycolate, doesn't have the purple stuff, which is largely completely unnecessary. So this does what we need it to do without the iron remover, because I don't really have an issue with iron removal. So I really like this because I can use it on all different brake types and not have to worry about it. Very gentle on your wheel coatings and things like that too. So I've got cats back, which is nice. So the yellowing of the car won't be as dramatic. Man, this thing's dirty. You probably can't see it in camera. I really gave the car a serious workout this week, or last week. And I really dig this AWE exhaust for anybody who's interested or thinking about it. It's really good. Just a simple side muffler delete, center muffler bypass. But we don't have a lot of the cons, the drone and things like that. It's actually turned a really cool looking color. It almost looks like it's titanium, but it's not. I just don't like titanium exhaust. I've had quite a few titanium stuff, not on the GT3, but on cars in the past. It just never sounds as good as I'd like it to. Yeah, those cleaned up really nicely. Let's wait. And the Sony's really not doing very well with this humidity out here. I have to keep wiping the lens. Shoot. So with carbon ceramics, I found this is the key step here. Again, I have about 1,000 PSI, probably 3 gallons a minute coming out. So I don't want to get too close and damage any paint or anything on the wheels. But I want to blow out the rotors and get all that pad material out of there. It helps get rid of the squeaking. It's funny, it doesn't matter what I do, because I get yelled at all the time from people saying, you need to drive the car, and then when you drive the car, you need to not drive the car, you need to take it to the track. Whatever. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and I'm not gonna be told how to do it. How's that sound? I think it sounds good. So what else we got going on? So I'm doing great mentally. Now I got to get myself physically under control. You guys are gonna love this. But I had to let my lady go, my cook lady. Dang it. I had it all worked out. I was down about 12 pounds. That's how I say it, was down about 12 pounds. I was heading the right direction, and then she started to get flaky on me. I don't know what the heck happened, but she couldn't handle it. All of a sudden, she was doing great. And then all of a sudden, it just became too much for her, and she would call out and not show up. So I had to let her go. So back to the drawing board. But now, we have a clearer picture on what I want. I don't know if I'm gonna get another cook lady or we're gonna do it ourselves, but I'm working on figuring out something. So that's coming up here shortly. I gotta figure that out. It's frustrating because I had a really good system nailed, and then it all went to crap. So like I said, you know, this weekend, this is the first time outside of when I had my surgery. I took a weekend and I did some editing, and I made another video. I've been doing more editing here recently just because Bryce has been so heavily focused on and up to his eyeballs on the 1M, creating that page, and man, he did so great. It turned out amazing. So make sure you go buy some t-shirts there so I don't lose my shirt here. Join the membership program. All is right in the GT3 wheel world now. So we got our lighting package up and running. I'm telling you right now, you need to get those darn line lights. Holy crap, they're so cool. I said it in that video. I know more people watch these videos than watch the product specific videos, but I kind of have the scan grip lights are like, to me, it's like an iPad. I always want an iPad. I think an iPad's like the coolest thing in the world. And then I get an iPad and I don't frickin' use it. So, same thing happens with a lot of this lighting stuff for polishing. Like you get all these fancy lights and then they just sit there. And so, part of what I've done, I think, is helped people figure out, because I've owned every generation, every scan grip light. And I've owned 6 or 7 different Phoenix flashlights and other types of flashlights and all kinds of stuff. And so I'm able to hopefully save you some time and money and wasting effort and your money by telling you which ones you should get. And so that's all live in the store. Bryce has got to add the Line Light C+R, which is amazing. I'm telling you, don't even question me on those, just get them. They're so cool. You'll find 1,000 uses for them. You could light paint with them if you're into photography. You could, you could do anything with them. Your interior, exterior, and they're so cheap for what they are in comparison to other options. I think the bonnet light is what, like 100 and something bucks, 130 bucks or something like that. It's amazing. So I would highly recommend it. So the 1M brakes are bedded. Probably watch that video before you watch this one. I kind of got the GoPro situated where you can kind of see what's going on there. I was able to do that yesterday. I haven't gotten tracking on the front lip yet, but it should be here any day now. So the only thing I'm waiting on is the lights and the main bulk of the center console. They didn't give any kind of exhaust gasket for the transition from the center section to the rear section. By the way, you don't freak out. These things, when they're brand new, there's some pieces that come off. It's just part of the deal. It sheds a little bit until it gets to its resting place. People doing that all the time, calling me, oh my gosh, my $10 mitt is not perfect. Well, it is perfect. Just chill out. It's just how it does it. Well, that's unacceptable. So well, if it's acceptable to me, it should be acceptable to you. Yeah. Clean wheels. Let's get geared up to do the rest of the car. In case you're wondering, this is the stuff that I take with me that I usually don't use. So I brought a bunch of towels that I didn't use any of. I think I used 2 glass cleaning towels, and that was it. I brought with me this, a bunch of these. I didn't use any of these. I brought with me OptiClean, some stoners, O&R, and oil. I didn't need any of it. While I'm here, I might as well take this off. It's reverse thread. I forgot to bring the darn screw for my GoPro mount here. This is a Renline tow hook. because I shipped the car up there. Put that back in place. Good to go. Let's get our foam cannon set up. I've been playing with this hyper wash. Oh, get out of here. Dude. Yeah. Freaking cockroach. These guys are everywhere. It's part of the deal with being out in the woods. What the heck was he doing under there? So, hyper wash is super concentrated. So I really only need to use half of what I normally use. Actually, like a third of what I normally use. So I normally do 150 mLs, so I do like 75. Yeah. And then I put some on here. Probably don't even need to use that much. This stuff is so cheap that this bottle will last at least twice as long as Adam's. And I'm really liking it, how it works. Let's go fill this up. Since the GT3 is not very big, I really don't need to fill this all the way up. It's good. It's more than enough. Mix it up. It's probably about time for a new bottle. This bottle's a good 3 or 4 years old. However old the PF22 is, this is my original one. All right, let's rinse it. So one of the beauties of having a car well protected is that as dirty as it is, with as many crazy bugs and crap I've got on the car, it'll clean up really easily, even after sitting here for a week. These are black magnetic stone guards. I'm gonna wipe them, clean them while they're on the car, and then I'll pull them off, clean behind there when we're done. I'm gonna try this bug remover stuff. The guy sent me this. I'm trying it out. I don't find a need for bug removers because the car is coated and PPF and all that business, so most of this is gonna all of this wipe right off when I wash the car, so I'm kind of leery about doing this, but the only one way to find out if something like this is useful, you put it on there and try it. So it says to sit 1 to 2 minutes. You should agitate it, but I'm gonna agitate it when I clean it. You know, I don't want to agitate it while the car is dirty. I mean, that's one of the keys, I think, when you're dealing with bugs on a car. I mean, there's the secret formula, the secret trick is, there is no secret trick. You just wax the car, or in this case, coat the car, and then get the bugs off when it's time to get the bugs off. And that's all you need to do. There's no reason to do anything else. So these bugs should come right off without much effort. So using a bug remover like this really isn't necessary. So I just wanted to see, do the bugs come right off? So we just rinsed it. I'm letting it sit for a minute. I don't want it to compromise anything. So I'm letting it activate, letting it do its thing on its bugs. I want to see how much more is removed, if any. So let me get you a closer up shot here. So you can see all the bugs and junk. I did mostly leading at the event, so I didn't get peppered with as many rocks as I have been doing the GT mountain trips. So it's been on there for about 1.5 minutes. So let's rinse it, see what happens. Yeah, that's about what I figured. Nothing else is coming off. Maybe a little bit. So again, I just don't find this necessary. It doesn't do anything. Now, again, I'm not following the directions, but if I'm gonna agitate, so my logic here, if I'm gonna agitate the bugs anyway, then I don't need any kind of bug remover, just use soap. So There's no reason for me to use anything special. So, yeah, that's what I thought.